Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Jacob here for the JTwoH channel. Today we have another 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray review straight from the awesome people at Warner Brothers. This one's going to be a personal favorite as far as most anticipated. Definitely glad we got this from the studio. This one's going to be The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It there on wonderful 4K Ultra HD. The first Conjuring movie to be released on 4K, though not the first movie in the Conjuring universe to be released on 4K. That would be The Nun. So this is the second of 7 or 8 films in a universe to be released on 4K. So, a couple things to note before we get started. Obviously, you can tell because of the lack of glare, this is a matte finish, which I think is fantastic and doesn't show the obnoxious man prints all over it. But it looks like they added the 3. So I was talking to my podcast host, Crazy Joe. They added the 3 to The Conjuring, which was not the case when it released out in theaters. It was just The Conjuring with the tagline, "The Devil Made Me Do It." So now it is The Conjuring 3, apparently, in post. And also, if you look there, looks like every copy of at least the 4K, I can't vouch for the DVD or the Blu-ray, comes with a 30-day trial to the DC Universe app. What's it called? DC Universe Infinite, which is a $7.99 value. So essentially, it's a comic. So it used to be the DC Universe app was all of the DC streaming stuff and the comics. Now HBOMax is the thing, which is owned by Warner Brothers, which is, owns this, and they own HBOMax. So now everything's just kind of on HBOMax. So the DC Universe Infinite is the comics exclusively app. So you can read, I believe it's like I'd say 90% of the comic stuff is on there. So you get a month free of, read it on your phone, on your Nook, on your, maybe not your Nook, I don't know how that works app wise, on your tablet. You can read endless comics for free for a month. So that's a really cool value. $7.99 is just a bonus. And I believe the reasoning is because in conjunction with the release of this film, they released let's see if I can tell you what it's called. The Conjuring the Lover. So it's of the DC's new line of comics, DC Horror, and it's the new, the series was called The Lover, and it was loosely based on this, but also kicked off that entire line. So that's the association, and it is kind of weird out of context to have a subscription to a DC comics on a horror movie, but that's why. It's because there is, and I believe you get the. So not only do you get the I'm looking at my thing here. It has the code, so I don't want to show the code. But the terrifying tie-in to The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. So even on here, they refer to it as the Devil Made Me Do It. They don't have the 3. So, oh, maybe it's not. You probably don't get a copy to own. You can probably just read it on there. But it looks like that's on there automatically. I don't know. I haven't redeemed this, though I will. If you've watched the channel, I'm a big comics guy, so I will be checking it out. And actually, that's one of them I looked for on an individual. So now I'm 3 minutes in, I haven't talked about the actual movie. You got the matte finish there. And then we'll show the side. Again, The Conjuring 3, which I own the first 2 in a combo, so it's actually going to be nice. They'll sit right next to each other. So the synopsis in this one, if you haven't seen the trailer, essentially a guy is not framed, but he is sought to have killed a person, a fellow human being. I think he's a male, and in his trial, he is not guilty by reason of insanity, and it was the first, I believe, in America, the first court case to involve this. Like they were like, this is the first time someone's ever been like, I wasn't guilty because I was possessed by this demon or this spirit. And I expected more, and honestly, before I expected more of a court like procedural film. It is not that. It is more of a, it's more of a Conjuring movie as opposed to like an episode of Daredevil or Law and Order, SVU or something. So get that cover off. Obviously, that is a lot similar, just without the ribbon. Essentially, I like that they added the 3 personally because, I like the numerics better. It makes more sense since The Conjuring 2 didn't have a tagline and was called The Conjuring 2. So there's the. I think I showed the synopsis, but if you want to read the synopsis, it's probably easier to see there. You pause that. Let's talk about bonus features here. So you have by reason of demonic possession. I said demonic. An in-depth look at the true story that inspired the movie. The occultist meet the terrifying new addition to the Conjuring universe, which is what the comic is based off of. The Lover. Exorcism of Fear. Delve into the making of the movie and the chilling exorcism scene that opens the film. DC Horror presents The Conjuring the Lover 1, a video comic that goes deeper into the comic universe. So the actual number 1 of the horror line, The Lover, is on here in video comic form. But as far as reading it in more issues, you'll have to use the subscription. But I actually looked for it. It's harder to find than you think, as far as at least around here. So let's got the disc art there. So it looks like shades of. They're coming off kind of red or orange, but they're both brown. So this is the Blu-ray, which I actually like that color better, and then maybe it is orange, orangish browns there for the 4K. So again, just your font, no cover art there. But like I said, I enjoyed it. I won't. It's not my favorite of the Conjuring universe, but the first two are so good, and it's so hard to live up. But it's better than other films in the Conjuring universe. So this was gonna, in all honesty, this is a day one pickup for me. This made the shelf immediately after watching it. Again, this is one I watched on HBO Max, so it was always a no-brainer for me. But I would hope it would be, something you guys would pick up. So if you liked the first two, I'm gonna recommend it. If you liked Annabelle, I'd recommend it. If you liked The Nun, anything in the universe, the Curse of La Llorona, check this movie out, specifically on 4K. So it's streamed in 4K on HBO Max, but internet, HDMI, it's all subject to that. So if you get the 4K and you pop it in your disc player, it's gonna play in 4K. So check it out on 4K. I love that we're getting these on 4K. I almost wish Warner Brothers would go back and release the others on 4K. The first two, all three Annabelles, La Llorona, The Nun has the 4K. So maybe if these do well, they'll go back and release them because I need them. I don't like having some on one format, some on the other. So we need more Conjuring Universe on 4K. So there you go. Again, love the cover, and I love the Warrens in this. That's what makes the movie for me. Is Ed and Lorraine Warren, played by I know her name's Vera Farmiga. What's his name? Patrick. Oh crap! What's his name? Wilson. Yeah, Patrick Wilson. So fun film for a horror movie. It's still there is some jump scares and there's some horror elements. Not to say it's a fun time for the family. It's a horror movie, and if you're into horror movies, especially The Conjuring, those two are two of the scariest horror movies I've ever seen. So take it with a grain of salt. I enjoy the movie. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you again, Warner Brothers, for sending me this to check out. Love it. I'm glad we got it on 4K. See what we can do about those others on 4K. Maybe in the future. So there you go. Again, thank you guys so much for watching it. Thanks again, Warner Brothers. If you want to support the channel in any way, all my links are in the description. I have the podcast I host every week with Crazy Joe. If you're watching this in August, we are currently doing the Dog Days of Podcasting, meaning we are doing a podcast a day for the entire month of August, the 1st to the 31st. So if you're into that, and we're doing retro movies. So if you're into retro movies, we are reviewing a retro movie every single day for the month of August, plus new shows on Friday. So you get a ton of content there on that feed. Link in the description. Also in the links will be my Twitter, my Instagram, my TV time, and my letterbox. So where I review all the TV shows and movies I watch and enjoy, and Bluray and eBay.com. Yeah. So that's everything. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you later. Oh, let me know in the comments, especially, what you thought of this movie, the entire franchise. Maybe what's your favorite in the franchise, including the Annabelle stuff, the Conjuring universe, and yeah, definitely talk Conjuring with me because these are some of my favorites. I'm a big supporter of these guys. So thank you again, and I'll catch you later. Hey, did you like yet? Did you subscribe yet? Go ahead and check out that notification bell.
And also, check out these additional options. We've got a separate video you may or may not be interested. We've got a playlist that you may or may not be interested, probably more than likely because it'll have this video in it. And also go ahead and give that subscribe button some love. Thanks.